So one topic that's been really quite big lately is 5G, actually. And I guess Kevin, I'll ask you, and then everybody else can really get their take on it as well. But how important is 5G, in your opinion, Kevin, to the convergence app that you just discussed? That's really, from what I've seen, it's very important in the development of all those different convergences of technologies in the future.
For sure. If everyone's up on their media, I think China are streets ahead of North America. There's obviously environmental pressures and situations there that allow for accelerated innovation to occur. Whereas in the US, I just saw something about 2 weeks ago, there was like a round table of the 50 different states trying to decide what the regulatory framework will be, who's going to get what out of the deal. So you can see that, not from Europe, from Ireland, but the US always gives out about the Europeans being quite bureaucratic. I'm seeing similar issues now in the US against just 5G specific.
Does anybody else have anything to add?
Yeah, so like 5G network is the, definitely help develop the blockchain technology. So it definitely can speed up the blogging, building time, and definitely it can, create a faster network, enable a lot of technology we invested as Outpost Capital, like for example AR/VR, and also all those great technologies. So blockchain definitely one of them. So the white paper I mentioned earlier, we collaborated with China Telecommunication. It's more focused on the cell phone, like hardware level. So we create the cell phone, and also on the same card, definitely like it's gonna using like 5G network, and also it can get a lot of information from your phone and make it like decentralized network. And it's allowed like IoT, like Internet of Things technology is pretty much enabled this great technology as well. So like using blockchain technology through your phone is something feasible for everyone to realize like blockchain is really in your life, other than just thinking what is blockchain really, and you cannot see it, you cannot touch it like some technology like hardware technology like AR/VR devices, but you can actually see the technology and use it. But for blockchain, it's more like back-end technology, like facing all developers, right? So, but a lot of people, maybe you don't even realize you're using blockchain. But in the future, people are gonna realize it because it's gonna be input in your phone, and there will be like decentralized application, like to replace some like application in your phone. So it's gonna be amazing. So I know like China have been developing that as well, and soon like you will see a lot of U.S. companies. I think Samsung did announced something like blockchain phone like this year as well. So a lot of companies are creating this great things for people to use.
Yeah,
more about blockchain.
I saw that too. Yeah, they're adding a digital asset wallet into I think their Samsung 10.
Right.
So Evan, well, what do you have to add on?
Yeah,
5G?
just real quick on the topic of 5G. In my past life, I covered media and telecom companies, so those include AT&T, Verizon, many large wireless carriers that are talking up 5G. I guess maybe to play devil's advocate a little bit, I think it's almost a bit of a, every tech cycle like this, 3G to 4G, 4G to 5G, has been a little bit overhyped. Sure, your phone's going to have more bandwidth, but it's also going to need battery improvements to have the same life. I don't really think the blockchain angle for the phone-based mining or nodes or validation really is going to be that impacted by 5G. Potentially there could be some benefits in terms of reduction in latency for some of the millimeter wave technology within cities, but I guess maybe I'll just pause there. I think if you guys hear something super hyped up about 5G, try to do your own work on it, because it's a little bit, it really varies. Your performance depends on your device, depends on the content, depends on how well the carrier has refarmed the specific spectrum within the geography that you're using your phone. So just keep all that in mind when you're trying to be sold something or when you're getting sold something.
And then Jack, you have something to add?
Just a quick thing. I'm personally always a little bit skeptical about the efficacy of sort of like a top-down initiative, and I think part of the beauty of blockchain is that you can see innovation from more of a bottom-level centric way. And I think that with blockchain, specifically things like Bitcoin, if you empower miners, I think that's where we're going to see the real innovations on sort of a miner-to-miner basis. Because the sort of beauty of proof of work in Bitcoin is that the way you incentivize the creation of this thing, Bitcoin, is you pitted these miners in competition. Who can mine the most blocks, who can mine the biggest blocks and collect the most fees. And so I think that actually a lot of the sort of telecommunication innovations that we see over the next few decades could come really from a result in proof of work mining and competition in that space. And I think that a big problem with what Bitcoin OG is doing is that developers, in order to sort of maintain developer control of the project, have restricted the ability for miners to compete. And so I think that in any situation where you can allow the miners to compete, you're going to see that sort of bottom-up innovation, and I think that's where the telecommunication revolution is going to come from more so than what seems to be, I'm not a 5G expert, but it seems to be a relatively top-down initiative.
I will add just on that, so if you kind of run the clock out on just general innovation, and particularly AI and robotics, and the Internet of Logistics, 5G is going to be crucial for that. You can't have autonomous type vehicles out there with no bandwidth to communicate back and talk with other entities that are interacting with in the real world. So the 5G layer is crucial to bring around that. On the software side, yeah, less